Hey guys, welcome to my Cajon videos. My name is Heidi Joubert, and in this video we're going to be taking a closer look at the Ec10m pedal for the Cajon from Roland. Now, just a tiny bit of background, for those of you who don't know, earlier this year Roland launched what the market saw as the world's first hybrid Cajon, which is the Ec10, which is this bad boy sitting over here right next to me. It's a Cajon with electronic sounds built inside of it, an amplifier inside, everything really cool, battery powered. If you want to find out a bit more about the Ec10, please click on the Ec10 Cajon right now to be redirected to the video where I talk about the Ec10. In this video, we're going to be looking at the Ec10m, which is the second model in the Ec10 range from Roland, and it's really freaking awesome. So the Ec10m comes in three different parts. It comes in our Ec10m console or controller pedal, which you can use and control with your hands or with your feet. It has basically all the functions inside and all the sounds inside, inputs, outputs, everything. We'll have a little closer look at that in just a little bit. The second item that the Ec10m has, obviously, is a power supply, which is quite important. You've got to use the right power supply. And last but not least, oh, by the way, power supply, you can use it with batteries as well. The third item, which is absolutely amazing, is the world's first condenser microphone, specially developed and designed for the Cajon. It comes in a very nice little cute box like this, and it's tiny. Inside this microphone, we also have a sensor, okay? So this is basically all that the Ec10m consists of, these three items. It's not a Cajon like the Ec10, which means you can put this pedal and utilize these pedals on your existing Cajon. Really cool. So this bad boy has four main functions, and there's a lot of little other tidbits and information, but we sum it up in four main functions. The first function being that it is a dedicated microphone with a dedicated preamp to amplify up our acoustic Cajon sound. The second function is having electronic triggers and sounds, and many ways to control that and set it to your preferred desire. We'll look into that a bit more as well. The third function is our pad or our pedal function, which we'll expand on a little bit later. And the fourth function is a loop function. Yes, it has a loop function inside. Really freaking awesome. I think it's a great instrument. Well, I call it an instrument because what it does is, even though it's a little electronic little pedal, this little box, inside of it, it contains a load of instruments and sounds that I can use just by playing my one Cajon. I don't go do any gigs without my Ec10m anymore. I'm in love with it. I use it in every style of music, in every genre, and you will soon find out why this is so awesome. So the first function is to mic up our acoustic Cajon with the world's first dedicated Cajon condenser mic, which is pretty awesome. It's a tiny little microphone. You can see it's very small. It's a little clip-on, okay? It's got a tiny little cable which we plug into the Ec10m console pedal, which I've basically plugged in. I've plugged it into the power. I've not put it on yet. I'm going to put my mic in first. So I've plugged it in into the mic in, and I'll show you how this works. We're going to plug it into the back of our existing Cajon. Really happy about it because it means I can use the sounds of my existing Cajon, which my Cajon, this is actually my brand, it's called the Cruz Cajon, and they're handmade in Spain with a very pure flamenco sound, and I just absolutely love the sound of it. So I really like the fact that I can use it on my existing Cajon. Also means I don't need to buy a new Cajon for it. It's pretty cool. So there we go. I've just clipped it onto the back. It just stays there, which is really cool. Many times when I'm playing gigs, I have a mic and I would be moving as I'm playing. By the end of the night, my microphone is kind of pointing here. It's not even pointing to the hole anymore. In this case, our microphone actually just always stays in the same place. This also means that you don't need a stand or another mic and a cable. all right here. The thing that's really great about this is that it's actually a really freaking awesome microphone. It was specifically developed with the Cajon in mind. So what it does is it kind of enhances and brings out all those beautiful specific frequencies and nuances and tones that are so characteristic and beautiful of the actual flamenco cajon. And I never have to touch the EQ on the mixing desk. Let's have a little listen to what it sounds like. So before we start, I'm just going to be plugging in my Ec10m console into my amplifier for the sound to come through my amplifier, obviously. For that, we just use a normal jack to jack. To give you guys the most honest listening experience, all my EQs are set on neutral. So you're going to just hear the absolute sound of the mic. Before I mic up my cajon, I'm going to just play a little bit for you guys on my acoustic cajon sound with no microphone or amplification, and then I'm going to turn the mic volume up for you guys to actually be able to hear the difference. I'm going to turn the volume up. You can hear that it's got a really nice kick, it's got a beautiful high, and it doesn't have that wow wow sound. I can really get a good volume. Now let's have a little look at the second feature or function of the Ec10m.